Alright, we are in Athens. Got a flight back here, and we're back in the Vision Jet. 2 passengers that we got loaded up. We're going 272 nautical miles this trip. I believe we'll have enough fuel. For some reason I was thinking it was 200, but we are at like 1,040 or 1,090 pounds of fuel, so I think we're okay. We may have to do a little bit of fuel saving, but yeah, we are getting ready to go. I need to figure out what direction we are taking off on.
Kilo Alpha Hotel November automated weather observation
2100 calm. Cool.
Zulu. Wind calm.
So that means we're just going to take off to the closest. I think that was. I hate how that doesn't get written in there, but I believe it said 3032. All right, so yeah, here is our trip. We're going to Pensacola and to a naval base down there. So there's not going to be a whole lot of procedures and charts, so it's just going to have to fly there, figure out what the weather's doing, and land it. So you can see it's foggy here. It's foggy in the morning everywhere we go, apparently. Well, let's go ahead and start up.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Alright, so got the message that we should be good to go. Payload's good. Got 2 people in here. Looks like everything is fired up. Take the parking brake off. Take our flaps down 1 click. And actually, it's real quick before we do that. Get this set up. We want map on that one, and then on this one we want engine and fuel. Okay, so let's just take off on this runway because we're right there. Winds are calm. Save us some time. It's like 7:30 in the morning, I believe. 7:20, maybe 8:20 in the morning. Forgot what I put it at for local time. But the sun's coming up. Fog's burning off. We're headed to Florida, although it's the very, very far western bit of Florida. Alright. Just, the runway's really abrupt here. I was wondering why the line was painted so far back, but I get it now. Alright, so we are, let me get lined up on the runway. Taking off on 20. Whoops. Things are being sensitive here. Let's go ahead and put our heading in on that for our initial takeoff. And let's see what I have forgotten to do. It's been a few weeks since I've flown the Vision Jet. good.
Pilot, have a smooth flight, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what you mean. Heading on, autopilot on. We're going to go auto throttle armed. FLC on. FLC is taking us down to the ground because autopilot switched off. Okay, what do we got? Our climb at 165. I'm good with that. We are in the fog now. And we can go nav. Take heading off. Is it going to catch nav? Sometimes if you get too far off of it, it messes things up. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're going to climb up to 12,000. Heavy fog over the area, but that ends a little bit past Atlanta, I believe. So we don't have too far to go on it. We are pitot heat off. Turn that on. Although outside air temp is 11 Celsius, so quite warm compared to what we've been getting. So again, we've got to take those all off. So our fuel burn right now, 121 gallons per hour. We should be good, especially once we get up a little higher. It does look like we have a bit of a headwind though, so may not be all smooth. Climbing at 180. So yeah, this low level stuff is breaking up now. We're just outside of Athens. We've got all Metro Atlanta back here. Possibly be, no, I don't know where. I haven't looked for if we're going near any racetracks, but we may see 5 flags. I don't know where it is at compared to this Air Force Base. Looks like Pensacola is actually quite a ways away, and I believe 5 flags is on the opposite side of town, possibly. Look once I get up a little further. $7,700. Headwind's getting stronger, so I'm gonna go ahead and bail out of 12,000. We'll just stop at 10. We have traffic crossing in front of us, 2,000 feet below. Miles out, or a little more than 2 miles out from us. So we are approaching 10,000. crank it up, push through this headwind. And hopefully, as we get a little further south, we'll get some change in the air, help us out a bit. Looks like we crossed directly over that plane, but they were 3,000 feet, almost 4,000 feet below us. Probably heading in to Atlanta. Currently our ground speed is 246 knots. Definitely not going to be getting 300. What is our fuel flow? 132 gallons per hour. We have 162 gallons, or an hour and 13 minutes worth of flight, and we are 1 hour out. So cutting it close again, because I thought I was doing my normal 200-mile flight, but we're going 270. Should be fine though with the descent, even though we're not all that high. Alright, we're just approaching 230. May start to climb up a final 500 feet, or it may struggle to do that just because I've cranked up the auto throttle already. Just where's the speed? Get it up there. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have low rolling hills the whole way. Got a Rivian plant down below us. Can't see it because we're flying directly over it. That just popped up on the map. Further ahead, just a bunch of lakes. Not anything too exciting. Still got outskirts of the whole big connected Atlanta area right off here. It's all essentially connected. Alright, so we've reached 10,000. We're doing 250 ground speed. So that's really slow. Let's see if we can get a little more out of this thing. 245. Yeah, it's not going to climb up there. hour and 11 minutes of fuel. We're at 71% thrust. We'll just let it do that rather than forcing it into a more aggressive throttle. If it wants to climb up to 245, it can, but with the headwind, you know, we're struggling. This is Jackson Lake over here. Yeah, other than the big metro area that is still following roads out, not a whole lot around here, and not a whole lot of, I mean, the mountain stopped back that way, and I'm pretty sure we don't get anything else, but could be wrong. Could be surprised by some terrain. Very doubtful. Is that an airport down there? Kind of looks like it. That is an airport down there. It is Seven Lakes Airport. Right there. I think this right here is Locust Grove. To our left. I have no idea. Jackson? Yeah, that's Jackson. Really confused by what I'm seeing, what the roads are. I think this is actually Griffin. Yeah, that is Locust Grove. But we're out of the weather. A little puff of cloud left. Major towns on the way. We're gonna get Columbus, Georgia. It's on Georgia and Alabama border with Fort Moore next to it. I just saw the name Troy come up. I don't think we're going to get too close to it, but I'm guessing that is where the university is. Yep, Troy University. Might be able to see it out the right side, but again, I'm having trouble telling distances right now. But over here is Griffin. And kind of looks like photogrammetry. Some weird stuff is going on here. Trees are really blocky, so no, it's not photogrammetry. I don't know, the trees are doing some weird stuff. They look photogrammetry. They definitely look different than all of the regular place trees. Maybe it was. Maybe buildings just weren't loading in. Alright, so we're 50 minutes out. We've got an estimated hour and 4 minutes of fuel. So we're using how much right now? 131 an hour. 879 pounds an hour, and we got 925 pounds, so .252 ground speed. Just unfortunate wind. Yeah, we should be down to sea level almost when we land. We do have some hills here, or larger hills than what we had previously. This is kind of a round formation here, but I don't think there's really anything to it. Some hills pushed up with some rivers carving through. Town off to our left, Hannah's Mill. Nope, that is a small bit outside of it. Thomaston, but never having seen a Thomaston town, that word looked really weird. about it for a moment. It's just weird being from Nebraska, like seeing these towns and like the main road is just all over the place. Everything is straight in Nebraska pretty much. There's a few weird things, but just seeing places that aren't just complete grids. It's interesting to me. So we got a river coming through here. This is the Flint River. Carves its way through. Little town over here on the edge of this ridge, Manchester. I feel like we've seen a couple of those now on this journey around the country. And then coming up ahead is Columbus. That is a reservoir on the river. The river is the same one that I can't pronounce that was up by Chattanooga. Chattahoochee? Yeah, I think that's what it is. The word is bending on the river, and when you don't often see a word and then have to try to say it and it's all bent around, maybe it's just a me thing, but I struggle with that. A little bit of fog reaching back in, sun pretty high in the sky. Let's do a fuel check. We are 43 minutes out, 57 minutes of fuel. Should be good. Alright, so it looks like that's going to be about halfway. And that would be KLSF is Lawson, Fort Benning. But, yeah, everything, as Are they just changing names everything? Like, this says Fort Moore. The airport says Fort Benning. It's Lawson Army Airfield. I don't know. It's military. But yeah, so that'll be Columbus is our halfway mark in this. Or close to it. Got this little ridge that continues on. Other than that, maybe a little tiny one over here. And then the river extending down into another reservoir. Columbus, Georgia. Is the second most populous state or city in Georgia after Atlanta. But I don't know how much. That really means. I mean, it's got 206 and 328,000. I've never heard of it. Then in this whole area, they say 500,000 people. But I think kind of what we're seeing here on this side of the river is 328, and then the whole bit over into what was it, Alabama? Yeah. No, Auburn. Oh no, Auburn's off that direction. Okay. Looks like Auburn's on the other side of this. Nope, it's actually over there. But yeah, I have never heard of this town. What do they got for sports? Well, Little League won the World Series in 2006. That's all they got. That's all it says. Nothing else about them, sports-wise. So it looks like might have some photogrammetry downtown. The downtown looked pretty neat on the riverfront. But no, everything's kind of looking AI. And yeah, the LOD, they say they're fixing it for how the ground and everything looks from altitude, because it is pretty bad. Looks like they've got the airport over here for the military base. It's kind of Epley-like here in Omaha, right on the river bend. Just river on three sides of it. Alright, so not quite halfway. But once we get in line with the airport, maybe. I'm surprised this river hasn't cut. I guess it's going that way? Yeah, it has to be going that way. With everything dammed up now, though, it's not going to do a whole lot of changing unless there's a major flood. It looks like it used to come over here. I mean, it used to go all over the place, which is why this is all flattened out, but... Alright, we've got US 431 is this road. Base down there. And the military base. All right, well, we're in Alabama now. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see Troy very well. I think it's just a little too far off. The wind has picked up, getting 20 from the right and 20 from the front. So our ground speed's dropped to 250. 34 minutes out, we got 48 minutes of fuel. Big reservoir down there. Looks like it goes to, the road goes down there to town and then follows the river for a bit. We've got just a whole bunch of wide openness in front of us now. Small towns along the way, but not much. Still though, want to fly low so that we can see the terrain, see what's going on, see the infrastructure. There's really very little about the South. Alright, so just off our nose, we've got an unnamed park. Then we've got the Barber Wildlife Management Area somewhere in here. It's got 2 listed peaks next to it, Graveyard Hill and Kennedy Hill. They are not very tall, 211 meters. We're not picking those out from up here. Off to our right, that would be Hurtsboro, the intersection. Very small town. Getting more of a headwind now. 247 knots. Those 2 hills, no, never mind, we're not there. This is the exit of the park. We got a highway that cuts across. Maybe this. Yeah, I think the wildlife management area is this. Possibly. The lake over there, that is Sahoy Lake. Then Union Springs is this town over here. I'm going to have to do probably a couple more vision flights just to get some money. We're down to 28,000. Then we'll hop back in the Cub and continue to explore slowly around the area. I think maybe head back north. I think we'll have more interesting flights going up into Appalachian Mountains and that area. Then eventually we'll probably, I don't know, probably won't sell the Cub since we do own it, but I think we may jump over to England and Europe. Maybe return the Vision jet and then get something over there and work the springtime around Europe. for a little bit different view of the world. Alright, so there's a river out here. And it goes through Troy, well, near Troy. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get very close. Now, that may be Troy there. Troy's either that or that. I can't really figure out what that should be. Yeah, I think that's... yeah, that's going to be Troy over here somewhere. That would put... I don't know. I can't... yeah, that's Troy. Well, maybe not. Got the lakes here. I guess they are kind of in line with Troy Airport, so that lake there, yeah, so that is Troy. So we will not be able to see anything in town. And then this just ahead of us is Brundage, small town here. Minutes out and 37 minutes of fuel. Little airport down there. Alrighty. So off to our left, is it just farmland? There's a town, a very small town down there, so yeah, I don't think that is much of anything other than just deforested areas. Alright, and I'm going to try to remember to record the landing this time. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I forget because I start doing everything else. High enough to look down when we come this close to a town. So University of Troy is right there. I assume the stadium is on campus. Yeah, it is. It's like right there. But we're too far away. So now, next up, Elba. Get into Florida, which is just marked with green. I don't know why it's all green, but apparently it's a bunch of wildlife areas. All the swamps. I don't even know if it's swampy on this side. But yeah, I think heading over to Europe would be pretty interesting, especially doing it with a Vision jet. But we're not going to take this one over there, because the cost of getting that over there would be ridiculous, and definitely not flying it over there. So I'll have to figure out when I want to do that, but probably in about a month, once it warms up a little bit more. And maybe by then we'll have more tools that we can use in game, and maybe some actually pay aircraft that are working correctly. I would like to get into a slightly bigger jet. I thought we were supposed to have a Honda jet, weren't we? Or am I making that up? Nope, it looks like it's just an add-on. Alright, so this is Elba. Little airport down there. 3,000 foot runway. 16 and a half minutes out. Pretty much when we get to Florida, we're there. This whole airport may be... Man, it looks like it's got some really short runways here. I am slightly concerned by that. Let's take a quick look at info on this. Longest runway, 1,372 meters, which doesn't really do anything for me. It looks like we've only got one runway operational. Saying that there is some wind currently, but that doesn't do me any good because wind is different. We're not doing real-time weather, so they're saying 2-3. That is the direction we're coming in from. It is 4,500 foot. Okay, so it's much longer runways. They're all 4,500 with 150 width. Alright, town just in front of us now is OPP, OPP, maybe OP. The highway going around town now with the 4-lane. Nebraska's starting to do that. Quite a few places, which is nice because having to slow down to 25 every 15 miles is annoying. And we can see the Gulf. It is now in sight. So Florida is right at that lake, I think. Yep. So border is right there, and then that is tiny sliver of Florida over here. And it actually goes up from where the border is from Tallahassee, so it could be an even smaller chunk. So Pensacola just ahead of us. We got the bay there. I think I actually flew over Pensacola on my across the country flight in the 152 and may have landed right around here as well. Starting to kind of remember that. We are now 12 minutes out. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Set this up for 2,000 feet, and let's go 1,500, 1,500. Yeah, we don't have anything just because there's no real information here. Maybe I can put it in just because 0 feet.
Vertical track.
It says now's a good time, so let's go for it. save us some fuel. Drop at 200 knots. Yeah, the wind should be pretty much in our face as well. If not, just a little bit of crosswind from the right, if we have wind at all. So we should be able to just fly in directly like this and be good. So we've got these two bays here, and the airport is right there at the end of that bay. So once I can kind of see the runway, I will take over and get it lined up. We're gonna have to kind of scoot a little bit to the left, I believe. Still not in Florida yet. Currently in Alabama. Still in Alabama. Yep, still in Alabama. Crazy how little of Florida there is over here. Still in Alabama. Once we get a little bit past this road, then we'll be in Florida. Not yet. Still not. Currently, all we can see is Florida, but we're still above Alabama. Now we're in Florida. All right, looking for the airfield. Got two highways running just north of it. Got Crestview, Florida. It's going to be off to our left. So that's this here, I believe. for those highways to kind of guide us in. I think that is one of them. I think our airport right here or here. Kind of running in skewed, but that should straighten out as we lose the crosswind. And it may be a fairly large zigzag to the left here, but I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. And we're going to drop these people off and then probably hop over I don't even know where. Destin, maybe? I think that's where I landed with my 152 on that trip, so. Alright, we're at 4,700. We might need to, NGS. We already go past that. Got no weather information. That's fine. We know it's near 0 feet. All right, so we're close. I don't see it. Alright, I think I see it now. We'll let it bring it down a little bit further. Currently 17 miles out. Miles out. I'm going to remember this time. Let's see if we can get it to work and hope that it doesn't completely destroy my recording and frames and everything else, because I've never used it before. Alright, 2,500, 11 miles out. I still do not have this airport in sight. I want to hold at 2,000. ahead and auto throttle off. Let's get everything slowed down. All I'm seeing is trees. I think we got too low too quick. Should have put in for 1,000 feet at the airport, and that way it would not bring us in as quick. Alright, let's hold 2,000 feet. Where is this airport? Seven and a half miles out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and autopilot off. I know that we need to come this way. Go ahead and get landing gear down. These are the two highways, I believe. That's why I couldn't see them, because they're just buried in trees. Definitely starting to get military. Is that the runway? Alright, I think I got the runway. Yep, that's the runway. Alright. Let's get that thing lined up. There's throttle. Got a bit of a cross from the left. Alrighty, let's see if we can get this thing down. We are way too high. I'm lost right now with all these trees. It's just, and this thing looking bare bones too. No buildings on it. This runway doesn't even look to be
500.
paved, even though it's got rubber marks on it. I have no idea what we're landing on.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
We're all good.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
It's gonna be a little nose down here because we're going so fast, but able to get it down and stopped.
Transporter from dispatch.
Hard
Where's
on the
landing?
brakes.
Go to the parking and put your
Hard
parking
on
brake
the
on.
brakes.
I'll be in touch.
Alright, we got it stopped in
Transporter
time.
from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
Okay, so this whole place is abandoned, it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and come over this way. We got planes. Of course, there's planes everywhere, but come down this way. We're going to take off to the, I think we'll take off to the south to head over to, let's say, Destin. Once we get these guys dropped off, just because not going to do overnight on a military that is abandoned. We're just going to assume this is some weird special trip that needed to happen. These small planes are taking them off to somewhere else. So, all right, we're gonna park here. Oops, parking brake on. Let's go ahead and kill the engine, get these people off.
Disembarking of passengers can begin.
Landing ended up being 108 feet per minute at 98 knots. We just came in way too steep and way too fast. But
Transporter from dispatch. Disembarkation completed.
$68,000. Let's fire back up.
You are clear to start your engine. Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Alright, so this is just going to be a really short hop. Flap position is in takeoff because I didn't go full flaps. Those two military personnel are now getting in to the 150s to go do something, we'll assume. We're going to taxi back over to the runway. I might go all the way to the end of the runway just because we can go ahead and take these out, lighten up. Hopefully doing this while rolling doesn't just completely break. Amazingly, it didn't. Alrighty, get turned here onto the runway and go land a few miles down the road. Just double check what this runway heading is. I got an idea of what we need to do, so. Still recording. We'll see how this thing works out. We're up. Landing gear up.
Enjoy your personal flight, pilot. You can search for more jobs after you land.
Flaps up. You have some photogrammetry over here. Let's see where this road takes us. Alright, that's kind of where we need to go. Let's get this thing full screen over here. That'll give us a better idea of where we need to go. We're heading over to this bay. So, ourselves turned. Target. Should have some actual information information from this as well. DTS. See if we catch it when it pops up. There it is. Guessing winds are 12.
Kilo Delta Tango.
Calm. Cool. And it broke. Cool. Alrighty. It's all working perfectly. 3018. There's our bay. GPS is all confused. Alright, going over a military base, but it looks like it has been abandoned. Most of this has seemed. Trying to trim this thing out. There we go. Hold it 18. Alright, so our airport is going to be at this little cut-in. Once we get to the water, then we'll back things down. Got a military base again right here. This looks like abandoned stuff. We're just open clearing. All right. More little military areas here. Back things down. Looks like AI buildings for that town. Got the airport in sight, I think. Do have this Air Force base off to our left as well with runways. Should be fine. Yeah, I think this strip is the airport. Alright, back throttle down. Low fuel total. I forgot that we were close on that, but we're fine. Flaps down. Gear down. Yeah, we still got 13 gallons in both sides. We're fine. Got a headwind right now, so that is perfect. We are crossing directly in front of this runway. Cat's about to hurt herself. All right, 800 feet. That is our runway. We're gonna get slowed down a little bit more for this one. It's not a really short runway, but I don't need to float it and get into a bad spot.
500.
Yeah, winds are calm. We're too low right now. We got one white back.
We have touchdown.
All right.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
102 feet per minute landing.
Tower generic November 442 Bravo. Lima frequency change.
All right. We have made progress. Got us to an airport that we should be able to get a mission on, and well, everyone else is parked that way, so I'm going to be different. And we're going to park this way. Let's shut her down.
You are clear to start your engine.
Let's open this up and stop recording, and then turn all this off. Let's hop out and take a look. we got palm trees. We're back against the Gulf, and now let's see if, let's get our drone out. So yeah, AI, all AI here, but interesting, very, very sandy airport out here on the shore, barrier islands, and yeah, we got a helicopter leaving or coming in, don't know which. That's crazy. It's not really working well, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that flight. We are up to $93,000, and the next flight we'll figure out where we're going. I'm guessing we're going back north because not a whole lot to the south for us, but never know. Might do a long trip. No, that would be way too long. May end up over there, may end up back this way. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching.